Welcome to another episode of the 100k Trading Challenge. There were many ups and downs this last month, but on October 15 we peaked at 38,600, which is 10.3% gain on the trading account, outperforming SPY by 10%. So from August 20 to October 15 we realized around $3,200 in profit. So there were a lot of positions we took profits on. And by the way, you can find my account statements in the 100k Trading channel in our Discord. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible to show you all the trades and the account statements. So before I explain the trades, I need to explain you what happened to the market this month. You probably heard about the debt ceiling problem. The debt limit is the total amount of money that the United States government is authorized to borrow to meet its existing legal obligations, including social security or medical benefits. But if you reach the limit and they fail to increase the debt limit, it will create catastrophic economic consequences. Basically, it will cause the government to default on its legal obligation. As expected, they just raised the debt limit. And that's insane. There was a funny meme sent in our Discord server. Let me read this. Let's say you come home from work and find there has been a sewer backup in your neighborhood and your home has sewage all the way up to your ceilings. What do you think you should do? Raise the ceilings or remove the shit? Apparently we raise the ceiling instead of solving the source of the problem. So the goal of our long short strategy is when there's news like this and when the market drops, our short positions should outperform the long ones. So let's check our trades now. RKT has been paying us nicely by selling puts and collecting premiums. So I took profits and rolled up the option to a higher expiry and will collect another $60. At the beginning of September, market pushed to new highs and my long positions were doing excellent. I took some profits like IBKR, which I regret because it went up another 10%. So at this point I had lot of long positions which they were in profit. So to hedge my positions I needed to get into more short positions. So for that reason I shorted MMC at 157, GRMN at 172, MPWR at 482, MSCI at 661, and the last two shorts are on Nvidia and Netflix. And of course all those trades are based on technical analysis and they are a hedge to our long positions. So when the news of debt ceiling came out, the market started to dip hard. SPY dropped 6% from highs and our short positions started to print. I will show you some positions that we took profits on. The first one is on Netflix. The next few days it dropped few percent and I closed my position. Closed ROK short, and if you remember from episode 1 or 2 I said I'm shorting Nike and MS based purely on technical analysis, and on those few days they dropped really hard. So I took profits on MS at $98 and unfortunately on Nike I took profits at 160 because it dropped 10 more percent. But there was something good that we did on Nike is that we bought the dip. Another good trade was on WAT short. It was overextended based on technical analysis. I closed way too early because it dropped another 15%, which I could collect an extra $200 from this trade. You can see at this point SPY is down 1.5% and our account is up 0.6%, which is pretty good. That's why I closed a few other short positions like YNDX and GRMN, which I collected another $500. But now it's time to fill the dip. On news like this, market volatility usually increase, and if you're expecting if the market will stabilize, a great trade you can take is short volatility. That's why I shorted far out of the money UVXY calls. And by the way, UVXY is an ETF which tracks the S&P 500 short-term VIX futures. And if you're wondering why I shorted out of the money calls, that's because I can still make money even if I'm wrong in the direction. Fortunately, the market recovered the next day and the total premium was $700. So I closed my position at 50% gain and I collected $350. If I waited few more days I would collect $700 because from that point SPY did not make any pullback. Something really interesting happened with Facebook. We have a whistleblower that's leaking insane datas, and the thing is that Facebook is prioritizing profits over teenagers' safety. You can watch it on YouTube, it's 3-4 hours, but I can summarize it for you. And all I can say, it's super stupid. The senator was like, we need to take Facebook down. We won't let our teenagers fall into this. You are a national hero. Imagine the government builds a new road and some people start to dive recklessly on the streets. And now we're going to blame the government because they made new roads? It's the same issue here. Bro, nowadays they are literally brainwashing kids into gender issues. They ask, what do you feel? Do you feel a male or a female? Do you want to change your gender? If you're really worried about teenagers' safety, this is a much bigger issue to solve. Because this will literally cause suicides. Not because some teenagers post selfies and they check if they're beautiful or not. I'm actually searching her name now. This is what's written. Frances Hogan is an American data engineer and scientist, product manager, and a whistleblower. Imagine you ask her, what do you do for a living? And she answers, I'm a professional whistleblower. Well, good luck finding another job. Check this latest news. Facebook whistleblower warns the company is neglecting language other than English. Bro, this is so dumb. It literally reminds me of radical feminists. And they are calling him a national hero. Meanwhile, in other countries, there are people fighting and dying to protect their country and their families. Anyway, thank you. You created a dip on FB and I bought the dip. I was waiting for a dip on Facebook to get in. Thank you again. And of course, good luck finding another job. So after they raised the debt ceiling, the market totally recovered. And my long positions did pretty well. If you remember, we bought Nike from the dip, but I unfortunately sold at 158 because it went up to 180. I could collect another 15%. LVS and WYNN pushed another 10%. I collected another $300. I had 2 shares of Amazon, which I sold again before earnings, and I collected another $300 in profit. And there's some other long positions, but they did not reach target. So here at the peak, we reached 38.6. And those are all the positions that I'm holding. At this point, market was at new highs. And at this exact point, I made some few bad trading decisions because a lot of unexpected stuffs happened. And those few bad decisions costed me a few $1,000s. I'm going to talk about this in episode 4, but what I can say that is I lost my profits. All I can say, this happened with me many times. This time I really learned from my mistakes and I know that I can recover very quickly. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.